I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, King Philip, and welcome to this edition of Wake Up Warriors. There's been a lot of buzz over last week's 59th Grammy Awards ceremony. From a pantless 21 Pilots to a heavy metal temper tantrum brought on by a broken mic, it seemed that this year's biggest night in music had an endless supply of twists and turns. Besides the more eccentric events, it seemed that there was a larger theme at work: politics. The illusions, either overt or more covert, were arguably more present than ever. This leaves many wondering, are the Grammys becoming too political?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's award season, which typically means fancy dresses, tearful speeches, outrageous monologues, and now politics. It seems more and more stars use their time, whether it be presenting or receiving an award, to proclaim their political views and understanding of the world. They're simply speaking their truth, advocating for what they believe in, as all people do on a daily basis. The principal difference is the size of their stage compared to the average citizen. From the standpoint of celebrities, advocating their ideals on the public stage makes sense. They believe in what they say and have a platform to share this ideal with thousands, perhaps millions. Most people would take an opportunity like this to express their views, but in doing so, does it take away from the true message of the night, celebrating the arts and their daily influence on our lives? As many musicians impact our lives day in and day out, the same can be said about politics. We are stuck in a grand cycle of voices that are trying to manipulate our views. This leaves many in a wake of frustration, declaring they want a separation between entertainment and state.
No American can be denied the freedom of speech, restricted under certain circumstances but never denied. The Stoughton, Massachusetts school district faced a predicament regarding the First Amendment, which resulted in a teacher being suspended for 20 days without pay. Here's KPTV's Tim Watson with the story.
A Stoughton senior asked one of his teachers to write him a letter of recommendation for college. It was a special circumstance because the letter would be written to the teacher's alma mater. The teacher agreed and the letter was submitted. Weeks later, the student was disciplined for making a swastika using a piece of tape while working on a project. He also made an offensive comment to a fellow student. This prompted a response from the teacher, an Army veteran. She called her alma mater and rescinded the letter of recommendation she kindly had written, stating she could no longer support this student due to his actions. For this, she was suspended for 20 days without pay by the school administration. In their statement, the school said they had already punished the student for his vandalism, and the teacher did not have the right to punish him herself. Fair or over the top?
So I think when you're looking at recommendations for students, it encompasses all parts of life. It doesn't just encompass academics. It also encompasses extracurricular, anything that the student does outside of school and in. So when you're looking at this case, the fact that the kid drew a symbol related to not only just prior historical events and morbid events, but it also it reflects on his character, and it therefore reflects on the teacher's character for recommending the student to whatever college he was applying to.
I think that it's completely irrational that the teacher was suspended, because it's the teacher's own decision whether or not to take away the student's letter of recommendation, because she's deciding whether she wants to promote that, say, towards college. And if she or he doesn't want to, say, promote that kind of behavior, then I think it's totally, completely okay for the teacher to take away that letter of recommendation.
I think the teacher had a right to not put her letter into the student, because I'd probably do the same.
You have to understand that every decision you make has consequences. I think that's a very valuable lesson that he learned.
Another case of animal cruelty was reported this week in Blackstone, Massachusetts. While it's not on the large scale of the Westport case we have previously reported on, this continues to expose the many faults in our state's animal welfare system. When things like this happen, many of us don't realize the gravity of the fallout. The healing and rehoming process can take months, even years. We have an update on some of the animals that were saved from the Westport Farm of Horrors. Here's Izzy Agricole with that report.
Despite the state the animals were in when they were first rescued, months later they are still recovering after hundreds of rescue groups and volunteers have given the animals homes. While many of the animals were surrendered by their owners, there were several holdouts, which meant the animals had to be held until all court cases were closed, which could have been months. Thankfully, the ASPCA won a civil case recently which said the group could hold all the owners accountable for the veterinary care and boarding that was paid for the animals. This slapped owners with fees of up to $48,000 to get their animals back and only a 10-day period to pay them. None of the owners stepped forward and paid the fees, allowing the ASPCA to give them new and permanent homes, including this barn, which was specifically constructed to give a number of cows a place to live and recover.
That's Henry. This is Minnie. And this is Quinn. They've been through a lot, these poor little guys. Like, there was 1,200 animals or more. I'm not sure how, 3 or 4 men could have taken care of those animals properly with, because we have, a handful of animals and it takes us, all day and night to be able to take care of them.
Got friends with all of them. All got good personalities. Glad to help them. They're happy, well fed. All went to the dentist.
It's been awesome. I mean, sometimes we come out here and we're like in tears to know that they're so happy and they, from what they've been through. And it's been good. He pushes everybody around. Poor Minnie's always stuck in the middle. She's tiny. And Quinn, she's good all around.
And Minnie was the one that was at Tufts?
Minnie was.
What was she being treated for there?
I think she had transfusions, and I'm not sure. I mean, they were all treated for something. I mean, they had pink eye, they've had, pneumonia, and, they've all had something wrong. They always rub up against us and play, and they're happy. We took in 7 and a pregnant mom, so they're home. They are.
These animals have been given a second chance at life thanks to the work of activists, the ASPCA, the Animal Rescue League of Boston, and over 100 other animal rescue organizations who so graciously gave them homes all over the country. The activists are still at work trying to ensure accountability and change in the animal welfare system across the state. As we have stated, this is identified as the biggest animal cruelty case in the history of the Northeast, costing animal welfare agencies over $2 million to reconcile. Izzy Aracola, KPTV.
That's all for our broadcast this week, KP. We hope you have a relaxing, safe, and stress-free February break.
So you guys gonna be doing anything fun over vacation?
Yeah, well, hopefully, he qualifies for next week for all states, and gonna coach this guy and a few other KP wrestlers, so it's gonna be great.
All right, Sam, you gonna go anywhere fun for vacation?
I'm going to and from my fridge multiple times.
I will be heading to Park City, Utah to ski. Very excited about it.
I am headed to New Orleans for the pre-Mardi Gras festivities.
Ooh.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm going to win the state championship on this weekend, on Saturday.
I'm going skiing over vacation.
Where are you going skiing?
I'm going to Sunday River in Wachusett.
I'm working.
Where do you work?
Eaglebrook.
I like their pizza.
I'm playing a couple basketball games. Speaking of basketball games, Friday night, senior night, come to it right away. Last home game, gotta be there. Let's go.
Yes, I'm involved in the indoor nationals. Should we start this over again?
¿Qué vas a hacer en las vacaciones?
Bueno, voy a ir a Montreal a visitar a unos parientes de mi esposo y también voy a tener mucho frío en Montreal, pero eso es todo.
Well, I think I'm going to be becoming a grandfather for the 4th time. That could actually happen at any moment, and if it does, as it's expected to, I'll probably be doing a lot of babysitting and just having a good time with my grandkids.
So are you going to be doing anything fun over vacation?
Yes, I am going to New Orleans. I will be looking for birds in the bayou.
What kind of birds are in the bayou?
Plenty of the herons and egrets. Those are the good ones. Roseate spoonbill. Hopefully I'll see a purple gallinule, which is really pretty, and I'll see gators too. That'll be nice. That's cool.
So are you gonna be doing anything fun over vacation?
Well, I have my son's birthday party Saturday. He's 4, so I'm very excited about that. And then are you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
I'm getting my taxes done, and I have a dentist appointment.
That's
So
awesome.
try to deal with that much excitement. So
Every day I'm shuffling.